Oh, welcome. I hope everybody has been able to come and join this 30 minutes with, because this is somebody I have known the longest probably in our industry. And it is a fundamental part of both mine and Jasper's journey. And I would like to introduce Nadia. Now, I am not going to give you Nadia's official title, because I'm going to let her explain, say it herself with her beautiful accent. But Nadia is originally from Latvia. Is that correct? Oh, no. Am I right there? No. You live in Latvia, but are you
No,
originally?
originally I'm from St. Petersburg.
St.
Yes, but I
Petersburg,
moved to
that's right.
Latvia.
Yeah.
Yes, I moved to Latvia when I was 14 years old. So the biggest part of my life I have spent here in Latvia. So and all of my grandparents are from here. So I'm the Latvian girl.
The Latvian girl.
Yeah.
And I remember I say to somebody, who does your eyebrows? And I say, oh, a really, really good lady. She's the one person I trust, and she's in Latvia. And they go, you go to Latvia? And I said, it's 2.5 hours by plane. And they go,
absolutely.
okay.
So you are my promotion material, Debbie.
So we have known each other a long time, and when we went for the distribution for Goldeneye, I was sent to you for some training, and God knows what you must have thought had arrived through your door. Sorry, I've got things flicking up on my screen, but you helped me relook at some of the basics of micropigmentation, and hopefully I've improved a little bit since then.
Well, absolutely. Have no doubts.
But I want to hear you have just traveled the world, I mean, I say I was the martini girl. I've been anytime, any place, anywhere, I would jump, go, be wherever anybody asked me to be. But you really have been part of Goldeneye for such a long time, and everybody will want to hear it, and I want to hear all of it.
You mean my story? Yeah,
your story.
I'm gonna be I will try to be short, but yes, my story with Goldeneye is it's already have an anniversary this year. It's 20 years since I have finished my first Goldeneye course in Latvia, in Riga. 20 years, imagine. And when some of my colleagues invited me to participate in the Congress, which name was the Legends of Micropigmentation, I was like, no way, I don't want to be a legend, like a dinosaur of the, of the micropigmentation. But it's true. And this is I'm so happy that I have this experience specifically with Goldeneye, because I have the absolutely different education. I have finished the technical university, and my grade is I have the engineer degree of telecommunications. But then suddenly my mom, who was working those times at the beauty salon, she asked me if maybe I wanted to try the permanent makeup. I had no idea what it was, because it just started in Latvia, and I told, okay, I don't care, let's go. And then when I have finished the course, and still I consider myself very lucky that I have chosen the Goldeneye course those times. We didn't have plenty of choice, but there was only Goldeneye and long-term liner, if I allowed to say that different brands.
You can, of course,
but yes, I am extremely happy to to choose the Goldeneye, and I still adore my teacher, the Longina. I don't know if you have met her. I think you did.
Yes.
Who taught a lot of technicians all over the ex-USSR Russian-speaking teachers.
Yes.
And she made a huge investment in the development of the Goldeneye among the ex-USSR countries, Russian-speaking countries, and I think that was my best advantage those times, that I have chosen Goldeneye, because it was the top level and it's still the top level. So I'm the lucky girl. That's the story of mine. And when you are connected with something good, better not to disconnect. I think so.
Yes, absolutely.
And yeah, you will follow the company, you will help the company will help you. And that I was always telling that I trust so much to Goldeneye, because they are Germans, and Germans are so how do you say, they are so very dedicated to following the rules, the certain rules of productions. They have a very huge number of limitations and these legislation stuff, and still they're able to produce the top luxury level products. So I think we're very safe and secure if we follow some of those brands. It's like, I don't know, like Mercedes, like BMW. When you drive these cars, you will be certain that it's safe and high quality. So that's the same here with Goldeneye. So I'm still, a lot of people ask me, oh, why are you still with Goldeneye? I say that because I don't know anybody else who would offer me something better. So for me, it's easy. I still with the best ones. So that's the story.
I know it's definitely been a two-way relationship, though, hasn't it? You have done. You got a great basis of training, and you stayed with them, but you have been such the most incredible ambassador for them, and you have brought people like us on board, and you've done so much.
It's not only about me. I think that the company is not just a company like the absent character, it's all about their personality, and we have so many personalities in this company. So that's how the atmosphere the grows, and it's like like Holger Hoffman. Look at him. Still, he is a huge bomb, and every time I think that I know everything about permanent. No, when I listen to him, I always catch some news, something interesting, secrets and stuff. He's a performer, so it's just about the great personalities, performance in this company. And we know other brands who produce good quality products, but they don't have the personalities inside, so they are behind. And that's all about. That's how we find each other. Absolutely, that's how I have met you. When I see your personality and I like you. That's it. And when you like each other, it's easy to implant into your head my ideas, my knowledges, because I like you and you like me. That's how we go. And I think, that's the Goldeneye. It's a family. Absolutely. For me.
That is so true.
Yeah.
And we've had some amazing times, haven't we? We just have had some amazing times. And
it's not the job, I say. It's not the job, it's an adventure that we have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, and you have literally been on a roller coaster of an adventure with Goldeneye. But I mean, you've helped design products. You are the person that gets sent things. I mean, I get sent things to test and things, but you have, God, for years been the one sent things to test, to trial. You know, Holger has formulated things. You've been the one that he's sent to and said, Nadia, I want your information. I can remember you, excuse me, you telling me way before the new REACH legislation coming into play that, oh my God, if I knew what was in some of the pigments people were selling, you'd never put it in your body. And I'm thinking, how does she know all this information? This is going back 6 years. I don't know, just always ahead of the game, always knowing more. It's like always wanting that search for knowledge.
Absolutely. I still think that the Goldeneye has the best education course, and still the information from the Goldeneye is actual. And since we do this, we practice permanent makeup for 20 years, we have so much experience and so much knowledges, and now we have this intuition about everything what is going to happen. This is not an intuition actually, but more the recognition of the situation. And yes, and now we can adapt ourselves. This is our huge advantage in front of all the other technicians who comes into the market nowadays. And because the information is available from the one side, and also it's very how to say, it's not so easy available from the other side, because the producers, they hide most of the important information regarding raw material, regarding equipment and stuff. But we know all the backwards from the past, so we are much more in how to say, we are in a
leaders
like
at the forefront.
Leaders,
Yes.
Absolutely, yes. So for me, I knew that it's going to happen something with the market of the pigments. And what we can see now, the huge difference, what we wanted to talk about, the huge difference about the pigments in our market and European, Eastern Europe market, Western Europe market is different. And sometimes I really feel sorry for these companies like Goldeneye, for example, who are obliged to follow all these legislation stuff, who has to produce the high-class luxury products following all this legislation, and give to the market the expensive product because of some reasons, because of the legislation and stuff. But the other countries who has no this legislation, they give to the technicians the pigments which absolutely are from other, how to say, from the China, from wherever. They mix, the price are cheaper, and I don't see that we can compete here. The Goldeneye should not compete and cannot compete with this how to say, black market actually. And that's what I find the big problem here in Latvia, specifically in ex-USSR countries, in Russia, Ukraine, and other markets, maybe in UK, I think.
It's the same in the UK, yeah. It's the same in the UK, yeah.
So we are like, we have to announce, we have to speak about that quite loud, and that's what we do now, yeah. But the changes are slowly coming. I'm happy to have now the colorescence range, which satisfies me absolutely. And it's very different from what I have tried. I've tried a lot, of course.
Yes.
You have to know your all the options. And yes, I love the safety. I love the colors. I love the transparency. I love the range. I don't have any, how to say, questions.
I love the stability of them, and I love the safety aspect of them. And
yes, this is what we have to take into account, that the result of our work is not what we see in 1 month, is what we see in 1 year, in 2 years. That's a specifically and the very crucial difference. And when I have tried different brands many years ago, now I remove all of them with laser, and that's how it goes. Yeah. So better to be on the safe part here. Yeah.
Yeah. So what where do you see this industry in the next 10 years?
I think that slowly the legislation will change more or less in every country, because when I have started 20 years ago, it was the kind of luxury treatment. Only few technicians were doing this. Now, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, it's the mainstream.
Yes.
And what we see here is just a copy and the huge marketing about technicians who does the same stuff, same copy paste stuff. And I feel sorry about that it was the view of the treatment of the permanent makeup became less respected, and now the individual approach has lost this meaning. They only say we have individual approach, but it's not, because of these Instagram mainstream. We have lost an idea of permanent makeup. It became, like I said, the mainstream, which makes everybody the same. And I have heard a lot of bad words about the permanent makeup from the journalists, from the fashion artists. They don't like it, and they tell you not to do that. And I feel sorry about that, because permanent makeup is very unique and great treatment that could help many people with many problems. And I think that slowly that we will go to the top of the maximum of technicians when the market will be overflowed. But then the legislation will work somehow. For example, in Latvia, they develop slowly the different approach to the courses, and they request much a longer educational course, which is similar to hairdressers, that you have to learn for 6 months, for example, or even 1 year. So slowly we will go back to that times when we started. Only specific technicians will want to learn this treatment, because it's going to be expensive, like it used to be. Now it's not expensive anymore. You can have a courses for, I don't know, 300 euro, online courses, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So it will become expensive again, and only few technicians who will be specifically dedicated to this treatment will want to learn, will want to invest time and interest into this treatment, and slowly we will, the market will calm down, and then the individuality will goes back. I hope for this, really. I hope we will be alive when it's gonna happen again.
I know.
Because at some certain moment I felt ashamed when somebody was asking, what do you do? I was ashamed to tell that I do permanent makeup, because the permanent makeup became these shitty eyebrows. like this. I don't want this anymore. No.
I know.
I want the permanent makeup, the status of the permanent makeup back again. That's what I want, and I expect it, and I will wait for this.
Yes. I have to say, when I started, what was it, 15 years ago, the not many people had heard of it. And even though the job I did wasn't particularly good, it was the best they could have for people that didn't have the brow hair or didn't have a shape, or, you know, something was needed. And I think now, you know, a lot of people, young people, are having them done, whether they need them or not, which I don't agree with, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. But and it has become mainstream, but yet you forget the aesthetics treatments are, you have to have Botox, for example, you have to have every 4 months. And but micropigmentation, you need it every couple of years maybe, and people want it for half the price that they would pay for the Botox or something. I don't understand it, but it's almost, yeah.
It's the question of time. We will see. I think in 20 years it will be a absolutely different situation, and because micropigmentation can do something that none of the other beauty specialists can do. Specifically, if we speak about the medical micropigmentation, for example, which
Yes.
I am very involved in too now. And I love the opportunities of what we could give. No one can give to the clients. So
Yeah.
I really hope that it's going to be more developed, specifically this medical part of the micropigmentation. And sooner or later, yes, it's going to be just I don't like the technicians who are beauticians, lash makers, makeup artists, I don't know what else, the parachutists or whatever, and the florists, and they do also the permanent makeup. This I hate. It means that you do everything not in a good level. I don't know. I don't believe that. You have to do something, one specific thing, but learn to do it in a high top level. That's how my approach is. Yeah.
I mean, I feel a bit like you. The only thing I do apart from that is I learned my laser to remove a lot of the tattoo ink type pigments that were coming along. And but a part of that, but I think unfortunately some people who invested in training in micropigmentation, who were once beauty therapists, had to go back because of the demand and low cost treatments that were coming, so had to. And I don't think you can reach your potential if you aren't doing it all the time. So I think there are, yeah.
I agree. We both know that if you don't practice enough, then you will never reach your level. That's when some of the clients ask me, oh, maybe I should learn the micropigmentation. What do you think? I think first think where you can get the clients. If you know that you can have 10 clients, start with thinking this way, because if you don't practice, you won't have your level, and this is all the useless spending of money. And yeah, so I agree with you, Debbie. You will have to be dedicated in a specific treatment. Yeah.
So you talked about you're more swayed now into, oh my God, Jasper says we've got 5 minutes left. So you are swayed more now into the medical side. So anything, yep. What in particular? Is there anything in particular, or?
Mostly these are breast cancer survivors, and And now I want to tell you that my biggest, I don't do any Instagram marketing anymore since many years, maybe just a few advertisings and stuff, but we do cooperate with all of the beauticians, all the doctors, dermatologists, the surgeons, all the other doctors. They all know us because we do these medical treatments. We camouflage scars. We cooperate. I personally work in one plastic surgery clinic once per month, and that's a huge area of the treatments that you can do. And I'm going to record now finally my online course. Maybe in maybe 1.5 year I'm gonna have it. I hope so, because I'm getting old. I don't want to work all the time. I want to have my income somehow without investing my practicing work. You know what I'm talking about. And so the scars, stretch marks, and breast cancer survivors, these are our clients now. Since Latvia is very how to say, slow in these things, and in Latvia the government was covering the expenses for the removing the tumor, but it was not covering the expenses for the breast implants. Since 2 years ago, they made the changes in the law. Now they also sponsor the breast implants, and but they do not sponsor our treatment. So we still do it for free. It's our how it is called in English, the
like a wellness. Yeah.
And this is we have every month we have around 10 clients with these treatments, so this is a demanded treatment for us.
It's like in the UK we have if you lose your hair and your eyebrows, they will give you a wig, but they won't pay for your eyebrows. And your eyebrows, I think, is almost more important than your hair.
Well, that's the question of your work personal. So that we were going to the associations of the doctors to ask that we should also participate in the whole program of the healing process. And we have to cooperate with everybody. I was visiting the Congress in spring in Austria, World Congress of Tattoo and Permanent Makeup, and I have heard so many scientists from the chemistry, doctors, and people who is working with the pigments, who study the pigments, the effect of the pigments, colors, the razor removers and stuff. And I felt that we, like technicians, live on the other planets. So there are 3 different planets: producers, technicians, and scientists. And we do not cooperate in between. And that's the shame, because the producers give us the raw material to technicians do something, and the scientists then learn what we have done.
Yes.
This is stupid. This is very bad. First, the scientist must tell to the producers what to give to the market, which is safe. But this is all the other way around, and there is no communication in between us. And this is very sad. And I was sitting there in this conference. I didn't understand half of the information what was scientists telling, because it's very complicated for me. I don't understand the chemistry. I don't understand all these numbers and letters and abbreviations. And but slowly we go to this common goal to make our clients happy. I hope we will. I hope we will be alive, me and you, Debbie, when
Pioneer, Nadia, a pioneer. So Okay, Jasper says 1 minute left. God, I would really like to talk all evening. So what is your favorite Goldeneye product? I won't do colors because there are so many colors for different treatments, but what's your favorite product?
Beside the colors.
Beside the colors.
Beside the colors, it's a cosmetic, and specifically two more or less new products. They are not new, but I use them a lot. Skin Top and
Easy Flow.
Easy Flow.
Yeah.
Yes. These two are brilliant, and I use all the range of the cosmetics. Wash, push, and seal. Yes, yeah. And this is absolutely must have for every technician, which makes really our life much easier. This is about small tiny tricks that we can use now. It's not more or less we know everything about the techniques. Now it's more about the specification of the products. And now the producers know, if they know what they do, they give you small products which makes your life easier, which I appreciate a lot. And we were struggling a lot with implanting the good line inside of the skin. We know all of that because the machine was weak, because the colors, the pigments was thick, and the molecules was big and stuff. And now just you have to know all these small tricks, how to use them. Just go to the Goldeneye school.
Yeah.
And they will tell you, take this with this, and you're gonna have this brilliant result. Because people do not want to learn now. They want to get information quickly, easy, and thanks God we can make the life easier for them, but still it's necessary to learn. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
the Easy Flow,
yeah, in fact, they are brilliant actually. So what is your favorite tip to become a successful artist?
Be individuality. Girls, boys, do not look to other technicians. Be an individuality, trying to find your your personal happiness. First, be happy yourself doing what you're doing. So when you're happy with the thing that you do, although I know you struggle a lot when you're a beginner and stuff, but then you have to love your work. And sometimes maybe it's cruel to say, if you do not succeed for quite a time, maybe it's not your thing to do.
Yeah.
But yes, try to be yourself, try to perform on your own way. And yes, that's how I find, and try to communicate with people in the way how they accept the communication, learn some psychology, I would say, because since you are technically perfect, then the second question is your attitude and your communication skills. That's how we have achieved our goals, because we are very good and very communicative and very sympathetic, empathic.
Yeah. And especially in the medical field. Jasper has just said we are finished. So thank you, Nadia.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for inviting me, guys. I love you. That's the shame we don't meet soon, but we will meet
soon, I hope. Yeah.
I hope so.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye. Love you. Ciao.
Bye. Love you. Bye.